Popular Buddhist monks campaign against Ranel. Is Sajith using his daughter in politics? Fonseca ignored at Mahara meeting. Patali invited to be next UNP leader? Elizabeth Horst to take Julie Chung's place.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
Popular Buddhist monks campaign against Ranel. Before Aragalaya, local politics centred on the Rajapaksas. Thereafter, it focused on Ranel. At present, it revolves around the compass. But, thanks to Ranel, Rajapaksas are now raising their heads with a presidential election at hand. Entering the scene in their support are several well-known and popular monks who met secretly at a temple near Colombo. Their meeting came soon after the top prelates of the 3 Buddhist chapters wrote to President Ranel, censuring him over his privatization plans. Raising that same issue a couple of weeks ago was Namal, the crown prince of the Rajapaksas. Back to that secret meeting. 10 renowned monks summoned Mahinda, Namal, Karyawasam, and other top SLPP figures before them. Details are not revealed yet, but speculation is rife that Ranel's socio-economic, political and cultural policies came into serious question there. The monks said he has no mandate to implement the policies of either the UNP or of his own. They urged the Rajapaksas for their immediate mediation to halt a sale of state assets. The airports at Katunayake, Ratmalana and Matala, Sri Lanka Telecom and other institutions should not be allowed to be privatised, they stressed. This incident is likely to have a considerable impact on the country's politics. A few days later, Mahinda met Ranel at the parliamentary complex. Ranel already knew about that secret meeting via his intelligence sources. I hear there was a meeting. What did Medagoda Nayaka Thera say? He asked. Mahinda gave him a brief of what had happened during that meeting at the temple. In the meantime, the much-expected return of SLPP founder Basil is likely to get delayed. The SLPP is waiting for his arrival to decide whether or not to support Ranel at the presidential election. For his part, Ranel is putting off making an official announcement of his candidature until then. Does that mean that from economic reforms to elections have again become things to be decided by the Rajapaksas? Or, if monks are going to take a different political decision after seeing the increasing popularity for Compass, it is too early to guess. Is Sajith using his daughter in politics? In the meantime, Sajith's remark that he is now a father has gone viral in social media. He declared his wish for her to become a good, disciplined, educated citizen. Sajith described that when he and his wife took the daughter to get vaccinated, he learnt about the Synflorix that cost 7,800 rupees per vaccine. That has become unaffordable for average children. Sajith promised to ensure equal treatment for children of both politicians and average citizens. Minutes after he made that speech in Kandy, social media carried pictures of his wife Jalani with an infant girl at a religious function. The news about this girl first came during the resignation speech by Chaminda Wijesiri in Parliament. He said that Sajith was now rushing home by 5 p.m. to see his child. Anyway, many extended well wishes to the new addition to the opposition leader's family. But a few accused him of drawing his daughter into politics after trying to promote his image last time with sanitary pads. This brings to mind what JR said at his first campaign. He spoke about not having a family, treasure, crown prince or princess to nurture. For me, all of them are the common masses, he said, but Sajith now has a family to safeguard. Anyway, we extend our warm wishes to Sajith, Jalani and their daughter. Fonseca ignored at Mahara meeting. Suspicions about 2 more Gampaha MPs. The clash between Sajith and Fonseca came out in the open on the 25th at the SJB meeting at Mahara. The electoral organiser sent an invitation to Fonseca as the district leader, but that angered Sajith. That man has gone to courts against the party. How can we get him on our stage? I will not attend, said Sajith. In the end, he attended the meeting with conditions that if Fonseca comes, he should not be given a speech and that he should be seated far away from him. Marika was addressing the meeting when Fonseca arrived. No one took any notice of him. Sajith named every official present in the beginning of his speech, but there was not a word about Fonseca. Fonseca left in the end alone, not even the organiser speaking to him a word. A young MP said as he departed, "However much he is shamed, he will not leave the SJB for the government. Ranel has given him a duty to stay and create trouble in the party." Sajith is now keeping an eye on several SJB MPs who deal closely with Fonseca, 2 from Gampaha among them. It is said that the duo also meets Ranel at Wajira's home in the night. Sajith now cannot stand his would-have-been defence minister. The person promised to be the runner of the economy too suffered the same fate. Sajith now has to filter out his rivals within the party. Patali invited to be next UNP leader? A SMS alert that came last Saturday morning was about a meeting at Sirikotha between Ranel and his critic in recent times Patali, the leader of the United Republic Front. At Ranel's personal invitation, he was there to brief him about the URF's programme for the country launched on the 14th. Patali said he would discuss it with the UNP and the JVP, but not the SLPP. Patali cancelled all his prior plans for meetings in Matale and arrived at Sirikotha with Paranawithana, Wanasinghe, Lakthilaka and Thiakshana. Before that, he briefed them about what they should discuss with Ranel. At the talks, Ranel was flanked by Ruwan and Rangai Bandara. Giving them a warm welcome, Ranel went on with the matter at hand. While taking notes of the proceedings, he told the URF team that an agreement is due next month with creditors. Patali remarked that the president should not unilaterally agree to it, but obtain approval from all parties. Ranel then proposed holding an all-party meeting in that month. Patali then explained public grievances due to the implementation of IMF conditions and also his options to raise state revenue. Ranel observed them as being practical. Finally, the upcoming presidential polls and politics came up. The URF camp stressed the need for a new alliance on a common programme. Ranel gave them a patient hearing and invited them to continue their dialogue. The meeting started 15 minutes late at 11:15 a.m. Until then, Patali waited at Rangai Bandara's room, where he received good response from UNP activists. One even asked him to take over party leadership after Ranel, it is said. There were social media posts that Patali went to strengthen Ranel's hands. But he told the media before leaving that he previously met Maithri and would have talks with SJB leaders on Monday too. AKD and the NPP have already decided not to meet him. There are reports that Chandrika is promoting him to be a candidate if Ranel does not contest. Elizabeth Horst to take Julie Chung's place. Julie Chung is soon to be replaced by Elizabeth Horst as the US ambassador in Colombo. The Leader TV has been saying a lot about Chung. She has very good PR skills. She has been able to win over many anti-American personalities. She went everywhere to build the image of her country, even climbed Shripada. But some have made very strong criticisms against her. Persons like Wimal said she was the brains behind Aragalaya and also nurtured the JVP. She never refuted those claims. A few months ago she became close to Ranel. There was talk that she visited GL Piris at his home and insisted that Ranel and Sajith should unite against AKD. Chung will not serve the normal 3-year term. Her successor has experience in South Asia, with previous postings in Pakistan, India and Nepal. She is described as a tough one, but with feelings for the region. All these things will come to impact the 2024 presidential polls. Those who are in contention should be wary of these diplomatic developments as well. That's it for today.